Have you ever noticed something weird about yourself? During the day, you feel stable, focused, logical, almost like there's nothing that can really shake you. But at night, it's like a different version of you shows up. You start thinking more. You start feeling more. You remember things you weren't even thinking about all day. And sometimes emotions hit you that don't even match your situation. Like you're fine, but your mind is not. So I started asking myself, what actually changes? Is it really me shifting? Or is there something external influencing how I think, feel, and even show up in relationships? And that's when I started looking at this pattern between the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon aren't just objects in the sky. They're actually two different states of human behavior that repeat every single day. The sun represents logic, structure, action, discipline, movement. It's the part of you that wants to build, fix, and get things done. The moon represents emotion, memory, intuition, sensitivity, attachment. It's the part of you that feels everything a little deeper than you want it to. And the thing most people don't realize is you don't choose between them. You cycle through both every single day, which means your relationships are constantly being filtered through two different versions of you, a daytime version and a nighttime version. During the day, especially in the morning, you're in sun energy. That's why you feel more locked in, more focused, more logical, less emotionally reactive. This is also why people naturally work during the day, because sun energy is built for output. It's built for survival, structure, and movement. There's even a saying, the early bird catches the worm. But what that really means is people who align with sun energy get results faster because they're not overthinking. They are executing. But here's the interesting part. In sun energy, you don't really feel everything. You prioritize what makes sense over what you feel. So in relationships, during the day, people tend to ignore emotional tension, push feelings to the side, focus on logic instead of connection, delay deeper conversations. Not because the feelings aren't there, but because sun energy suppresses emotional noise so you can function. And this is where relationships start getting interesting. Because the sun is supposed to nurture life. Without it, nothing grows. But too much sun, it burns. And in relationships, that shows up when people become too logical, too focused on what makes sense, what's right, what's the outcome, instead of what is this person actually feeling. So the relationship becomes functional. It works on paper, but it starts losing emotional depth. It becomes more about structure than connection. Then the sun goes down. And the most people don't realize the shift is even happening internally. But something changes. Your energy drops. The world gets quieter. And suddenly, your mind starts speaking louder. At night, you enter moon energy. And you probably felt this before. You're in bed. Everything is calm. No distractions. And then your thoughts start hitting you. Not random thoughts either. Specific ones. People, moments, things you didn't think about all day suddenly come back. This is where 3 a.m. thoughts come from, because the moon doesn't care about productivity. It cares about truth, and truth always shows up when things get quiet enough. This is also why people tend to miss people more at night, feel emotional in the evening, want to text people they were fine without during the day, get deeper in their feelings randomly. Moon energy removes the filter. So everything you suppressed during the day starts rising up at night. But here's the twist. The moon doesn't exaggerate emotion. It reveals what was already there. It just makes it harder to ignore. This is where relationships get really interesting, because moon energy is where emotional truth comes out. This is when people think about someone they miss, revisit conversations they ignored, feel things they didn't express, realize things they didn't admit during the day. But it also has a downside, because emotions at night feel bigger than they actually are. A small situation can feel heavy. A delayed response can feel personal. A memory can feel like it just happened. So people end up making emotional meaning out of silence. And that's where confusion starts. So here's the real understanding. The sun builds your life. The moon reveals your inner world. The sun helps you act. The moon helps you feel. And your relationships exist in between those two states. Too much sun and you disconnect emotionally. Too much moon and you get lost in emotion without direction. But when both are balanced, that's when relationships actually start making sense, because you can think clearly and feel deeply at the same time. And if this is clicking for you right now, I want you to test something. because not everyone is going to relate to this the same way. Some people are sun dominant, some people are more moon dominant, and that changes how you show up in relationships without you even realizing it. So comment truth right now. I'm going to take a look at how you operate in relationships and respond to a few people in the DMs with what I see. But only if you actually felt this, because if you did, it means you're not just hearing this. You're recognizing something you've always felt, but never had the language for. Do you believe sun and moon energy are affecting your life daily? Comment below and don't forget to like this video and subscribe.